How's it going, guys? Fun with Knives here with you again today. Happy Saturday. We are taking a look at the Spyderco Persistence. Now, a little story on how I obtained this knife. I was a Kershaw guy almost, exclusively, and I heard of Spyderco. A lot of people recommended them, and I just thought they looked weird, especially when they're closed. When they're closed, they looked, really wide. The whole thing was weird to me, and I took a shot, and I got actually the Tenacious first. I got this Tenacious here, and I fell in love with Spyderco right then and there. It was the gateway drug for me, and now I own quite a few. So the Persistence was my second Spyderco I purchased, and if you guys don't know, it's basically a smaller Tenacious. Their budget line comes in 4 models: the Ambitious, which is the smaller one of these, and then the Resilience is bigger than the Tenacious. So right off the bat, I can tell you guys, you're going to want this knife. It is an excellent value, and fit and finish is just awesome for this price point. So the specs of this knife is a closed length of 4.125 inches, a overall length of 6.812 inches, and a blade length of 2 3/4 inches. Now the weight is 3 ounces. This does have full stainless steel liners, if you can see that, but they are skeletonized, if I can get that in there. Barely see those holes. So they drilled out some of the liners in there to save some weight, but manageable weight. Some would say a little bit heavy for this size, but very manageable for me. Now the steel is 8CR13 MOV. You can see that right there. Chinese steel. This is a Chinese made Spyderco, if you can see that. And I'm completely okay with that. I don't need every knife I own to be USA made. And for what you get here, and like I said, the price point, it's just phenomenal. Now, Spyderco, even on their site, gives blade thickness, and this is 0.125 inches. So this is a very thin blade. It is full flat ground. See that? There's no hollow grind, just full flat grind. And that makes the best slicers, bar none. Now, at the expense of that, you lose a little bit of penetrating power, but this will handle just fine. But this is mainly a cutter, a slicer, whatever term you want to use there. But I absolutely love full flat grinds. Just like the Tenacious, similar grind. This one's just black coated, and that full flat grind is just awesome. I love it, love it, love it. You can get it razor sharp. Now the Persistence has G10 handles, so that epoxy laminate material, and they're textured to be very grippy. I like it. Feels pretty quality too. That materials, they say it's nearly indestructible, so very resilient to heat, to wear, to overexposure to the sun. Just an awesome material for pocket knife handles. It's as simple as that. Now the opening system is by the Spyderco Spidey hole, this right here, and you can open it with your thumb. You can open it with your back finger like that. That's my favorite, quickest, I think. You can spider drop it. You grab the hole and you flick it out. So you guys can't see that too much. And there's just tons of ways to open this. Now the zip tie thing, if you guys haven't heard of it, I'm sure you have, is basically the Emerson designed wave opener from home, DIY. This is a Kershaw Emerson, and as you can see, that snags your pocket as you withdraw it and opens the blade. Now this Persistence works exactly the same with the zip tie, and it just pulls on the zip tie and opens the knife up as you draw it. So just a quicker access to your knife. It's really easy to deploy, and with how wide this blade is, and it's sitting in your pocket, you pull it, it just grabs that and flicks it open. So really cool there. This knife has become one of those that's hard for me not to carry when I travel. A lot of states and a lot of cities have a sub 3-inch rule for concealed knives, and if it's in your pocket, it is generally recognized as concealed. So this 2 3/4 inch blade is perfect. It's manual opener, so you don't have to worry about the auto or assist thing. But just overall, this is a really good looking knife when it's open. When it's really grippy. That thumb hole creates an awesome thumb ramp for your thumb there to really get some good traction. But I mean, with the Spyderco logo, you see the steel, the logo, and then China on that side, and then that satin blade, and then satin liners, just to really contrast that black G10 handle really well. And then you got the satin hardware. Now the pocket clip is Spyderco's real big selling point, that it is 4-way repositionable. You can put it at any corner of the knife. It's that spoon shape, really easy to pull in and out of your pants, and it's very adequate for me, and that's just about it. It doesn't deep carry, whatsoever. You got a lot hanging out of your pocket, about that much. I wish Spyderco would release a couple more deep carry clips. So in the past, I've grabbed a couple aftermarket clips, and they work really well. But the best feature about the pocket clip to me is this tube here that you can attach your lanyard, and it goes right through the clip. So you don't have to have that extra area, around here on the butt of the handle that has got that hole for your lanyard. It's very concealed and very sleek looking to me. Now the price of this knife is, when I bought it, I think it was $37. Now you might be thinking that's a little much for what you get, but it's really not. I mean, the Tenacious is going for around $40, so that makes sense that this smaller brother would just be a little bit cheaper. But I mean, in some ways it's a couple bucks overpriced, but the fit and finish, how these liners line up, the blade centering, the grind, all that just contributes to the fact that this knife is an excellent value. We haven't talked too much about the liner lock. It is one of the best liner locks on the market. It's right where you want it, doesn't over travel, opens good every time. And it's, jimped here on the bottom for you to get some good purchase to close it. Now, that's one thing with these two, that these are riding on phosphor bronze bushings and are very smooth. Just the weight of the blade is going to be enough to close it a lot of the time, which is really cool. So if you do this kind of action, just wants to be closed back in the handle. Now, the ergonomics of this knife are really good. There's only the one grip, though. There's no forward finger twirl or anything like that. It's just meant to be held just like this, which is fine. I don't need tons of grips, but the reverse grip feels very good, too. Now, my rating of this knife might surprise you a little bit, because I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. When I first got Spydercos, like I said, I was just not stoked about them. They looked weird. They didn't seem very functional to me. And this, as an everyday carry knife, excels past almost all the competition. The Tenacious, not so much. We'll get into that review in another day. The Tenacious, I still like it a lot, but the Persistence is, in my opinion, much better than the Tenacious. Just a very good, reasonable size and weight, and it will be your gateway drug into Spyderco. This is going to make you want the Sage series, a Manix, a Paramilitary 2. You're going to want all those knives after you purchase this knife, because there's better things out there that they make. And if this is, this good, you're going to want another one. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This was my short, brief review of the Spyderco Persistence. Make sure to go grab one. It's an awesome blade. You will not be sorry. And make sure to like and subscribe, and follow my Instagram account at funwithknives_. Thanks.